Welcome to My Stories Red channel. If you like the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Also, please like and share your comments. We make new videos with interesting stories every day. I think that I genuinely hate my daughter. I have written here before, but I can't find my post. I was married to a very abusive man when I was very young. He held me prisoner in my own home and abused me on a daily basis. One day he just up and left with another woman. It was like something answered my prayers. It was the first time in 15 years that I saw the outside of my home. I had 3 children with him. My sons were old enough to remember the abuse, but my daughter was only a couple of years old. We tried to shield her as much as we could from the truth, but she knew that he was abusive. Maybe not all the details. He contacted us 20 years later when he was terminally ill and wanted to see his children. My sons refused, but my daughter went to see him. Her brothers were very distraught by it, but I told them to let her be. He died 6 months later. When my daughter was pregnant, she found out that it was a boy, and she told me that she was going to name him after her father. I fainted at the thought. I couldn't believe her. I begged her not to do it, but she just said that she was sorry, but she didn't have the same horrible picture of him that we had. And she insinuated that I've lied about her dead. He probably poisoned her mind. I didn't know what to do, and my sons said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore, but before that, without my knowledge, my sons met with her and her husband. They told them everything they remembered and everything they knew. All the abuse and imprisonment. Her answer was, "I'm sorry, but I don't give a shit." This is not my experience with him. I felt sick. The last time I saw her, when I tried to talk to her one last time, I was scared. I saw him looking back at me through her eyes, and I was that 18 years old prisoner. I knew I hated her there and then. She has given birth now, and she texted me a picture of her and her son. I deleted it before even seeing it. She has called and texted multiple times. Now she's saying I have turned her brothers against her. I did no such thing, of course, but I partially the reason why they don't speak to her. Why don't I feel more guilt or horror that I hate my own child? I never thought it's possible, and I've not admitted it to anyone because I'm disgusted with myself. Life sucks. Update. I think that I genuinely hate my daughter. No, I'm terrified of her. Hello again. About a few weeks ago, I was here venting about something I thought I would be crucified for. Instead, I was met with so much support and understanding. I never did thank you. This community is amazing. I wrote that I have decided to go no contact with my daughter after she chose to call her son after my abuser. If anyone remembers me, please can you include my old. Anyway, my daughter felt ostracized by her brothers, and she spread talk about me influencing my sons to boycott her. After she gave birth, she started texting me pictures of her son with his name. I never answered her. I also changed my phone number, and my work number goes directly to an assistant before the call. Some else texts are forwarded to me. The only way she could contact me now is if she showed up in my place, and she did that with her mother-in-law, husband, and baby last Sunday morning. She gave me her son to hold, and then she and the rest sat around the kitchen table. She was looking at me the whole time when she accused me of being a bad mother and grandmother. That I should get over myself because I wasn't the only woman in the world who experienced a bad marriage. That I was spoiled, a loose woman, selfish, all his rhetoric, all his words. They talked about me. She told me that she knew why I was doing this. I was doing this because I wanted to exclude her from the inheritance, but that she will fight with all her power for her and her son's right. I didn't remember much of what happened next. I was feeling sick and felt like I was coming in and out of consciousness. I didn't only hate my daughter, I was terrified of her. All I could think of was that I didn't want to be in the closet again. Next thing I remember is my son-in-law walking after me in the street with a coat in hand. It was very cold, but I didn't notice I was only in my shorts and shirt, and asking if I needed an ambulance. He told my sons that I kept telling him not to take me back to the closet. Locked me in the closet for days, sometimes weeks, when I disobeyed him. Next thing I remember was my sons in the hospital. None of them lives in my town, and I was planning to find a new job and move nearer them before all this happened. Now not only I don't have anything here to live for, I'm terrified. I don't know what inheritance my daughter was talking about either. I own so little. My car is old and my house isn't of any significance. Anyway, I'm selling it and I will give her her share. Make sure she can never again come after me about it. My sons are not happy about my decision, but I would give her anything if she left me alone and never bothered me again. I am happy to buy my freedom if it was the money she was after all along. My older son said that she was planning to take over the house once I retired. It was something Ches talked about before, way before she even met her husband. When my sons left home, she was thinking since Ches the only one living in town, she could take the house and start her family. When I cut her off, she thought I was gonna cut her off my will too. That's why she still kept trying to force a relationship with me. Now I can buy her out of my life. The rest I will put on a down payment for a small space in my new city. Work from home until I can be transferred or find a new job. If you made it this far, thank you for listening, and I'm sorry if I made you uncomfortable. Final edit. Thank you all for the advice. Seems like the majority feel the same way as my sons. I will need to think more and talk to my therapist. I'm not in any hurry to take any actions now. I realize that I'm in no position to think straight. I'm moving in with my eldest for the time being and am trying to put myself together. Comments. Final edit. Thank you all for the advice. Seems like the majority feel the same way as my sons. I will need to think more and talk to my therapist. I'm not in any hurry to take any actions now. I realize that I'm in no position to think straight. I'm moving in with my eldest for the time being and am trying to put myself together. If I were you, I wouldn't sell anything or give her anything. She isn't entitled to your stuff. You can make a will and specify who gets what of what you have. Move if you like, but she didn't earn any of your stuff or money, so don't let her bully you out of it. If you think that'll buy her out of your life, I am afraid you will be very disappointed in the outcome. Once she knows she can bully you out of your own money, what's to stop her from doing it again and again? Buying her out will not work. It may make it worse. If you must, sell your house, take the proceeds, and relocate. You don't owe anybody anything, especially your disordered daughter. Fight the impulse to share your plans, even your sons, until you're long gone. I'm praying for peace in your life.